Hey friends, today I am going to show how I have set up a lab for AZ-700 Azure exam. So this is not a video to show how to set up this lab, but what are the things I have set up for my demo. So you can set up a similar lab, and with the same similar setup you can set up for the AZ-700 exam. So I'll show the things I have set up in my lab. So this is the basic diagram of my lab. So things I have set up are the site-to-site VPN. The site-to-site VPN is set up between AWS and Azure network. This is used to demonstrate demonstrate a site-to-site VPN between on-prem and Azure. Similar setup I have set up for AWS and the Azure network. I have a point-to-site VPN that connects my personal laptop to the Azure network. Similarly, you can use a point-to-site VPN that can be used to connect users to the Azure cloud. Also, I have set up VNet peering that allows connection between multiple VNets. Also, I have set up a Azure firewall that is used to allow deny connections between app gateways, the backend servers, and the load balancers and the backend servers. Similar setup. Also, I have set up external app gateways, internal app gateways, external load balancer, internal load balancer, front door, and a traffic manager. Now let's go to my lab. So this is my Azure subscription where I have a pay-as-you-go subscription, and I have all my resources set up on a resource group. So this is the resource group where all my resources are placed, and some of the things include gateway, firewalls, backend servers, and everything. So first I will show the VPN gateway, the site-to-site VPN that is set up between the Azure and AWS network. So this is my Azure console. Here I have my virtual gateway, and this is for VPN from AWS to Azure. And on the configuration side, I'm using a VPN gateway 1. No BGP is configured. On the connection side, I have two connections. One is for the primary connection to the Azure. This is a site-to-site VPN, and it is connected. Also, I have a secondary VPN to Azure that is also connected and staying up. I can see data in and out. So on the AWS side, similarly, on the AWS side, similarly, I have a site-to-site VPN setup. So here we can see the two tunnels here, tunnel details. Both the tunnels are up. You can see these are the IP address of the AWS tunnels we are connecting from. Here it is the secondary IP 52.298.4 and 52.298.4, and this is the IP address of the Azure. And you can see the tunnel is up. I have the routes to the these are my VNet these are my VNets in Azure. I'll show that. Virtual network, and these are my VNets in Azure. You can see 10. Yeah, I have a route to 172.1.6 that is a subnet that is connected to this VNet. This is a subnet, front-end subnet. So from Azure, AWS, I should be able to connect to that subnet, and I'll show easy to. and this is the IP address of the AWS one. Since I have a site-to-site VPN running between AWS and Azure, and from I have a point to site VPN connection running between my machine and AWS, so I should be able to connect with the private IP of the AWS. So I this should be administrator administrator and the password. Yeah, this this is the AWS VM, and this is the subnet. So I have a virtual machine running on this subnet. So this is one of the VM and the private IP addresses 172.168. So I'll show on the 4. I should be able to reach from cost is timed out. Let's see. I think it should be issued with the NSG. Let me go to the NSG and allow the connection. Network security group. Friend at subnet NSG. Inbound security rules. We do have a handle one, just still not able to reach. Let me try the reverse. I think this is an issue with the routing part. Let me check. Okay, yeah. Let me add a route and test this. Route table and when it's not I'll have a route added. We'll test after that. The subnet of AWS is less. This is a subnet. AWS Visual Network Gateway. Sure. Once the connection is saved, we should be able to test it. Yeah, now it's reachable from this Azure, from this AWS machine. I'm able to reach the Azure network, and same way I should be able to reach from Azure. Yeah, reverse is also working. So this site-to-site VPN between AWS and Azure is working fine. And next thing is also I have set up a point to point to site VPN between point-to-site VPN, which can be used by remote users to connect to Azure. So this is the address pool I have set up. I have set up a Azure Active Directory authentication. So right now I'm connected to this point-to-point VPN, point-to-site VPN. So this is using a authentication, Azure Active Directory authentication. You can see the VPN IP address assigned from this pool. So with this, I'm able to connect to all those VMs in the backend using this private IP. I don't use the public IP address to connect. I'm using this just using the private IP address to the connect. So the next thing will be VNet peering. So I have multiple VNets created, virtual networks created, VNet 1, VNet 2, VNet 3, and VNet UK. So these three VNets are created in the US region, East US region, and this is in UK West. So I have enabled peering between all these VNets. So you can see the peerings here. So this is the peering between VNet 1, VNet 2, VNet 3, and VNet. So to show the configuration, so this is the name of the link, and this is the here I am allowing everything. So I'm using this to uh, connect this network as a network gateway, so that the remote VNet can use this as a network gateway to connect through the site-to-site VPN. They can also connect to the AWS network. So I'll log into the UK VM and show you a demo of that. Virtual machines, and this is the UK VM. It should be the public private IP. So I'm connecting to a VM in UK location, and this is paired to the VM in the East US location. So this is the pairing. This is the pairing. Okay, I'm on the UK VM. So I'll show the details of the UK VM. So this is the UK VM, and this is the private IP 192.168.3.4. Here I am on it. So I should be able to ping the other VM 1.4. So since also I have enabled VNet peering, also I have allowed to connect to this VNet as a remote net gateway. So I should be able to ping the AWS network as well through this view site to site VPN and the VNet peering. So this is the IP address of the AWS one. Yeah, I'm able to reach the AWS VM from here through the VNet peering and the site to site VPN. So this is achieved through this peering and the setting enabled here. Since we have allowed, since we have pointed the remote network as a network gateway, so through the site-to-site network, site-to-site VPN, we are able to connect to the AWS network. So this is working, the VNet peering and the site-to-site VPN is working. Then I have the firewall, I have the app gateway. I'll show the app gateway, external app gateway. This is the application gateway. I have two application gateway. One is configured external and other is internal. And I have and this is the front end URL for the app gateway, and for the backend pool I have configured two targets. These two are in different subnet, and by connecting to the front end URL I should be able to hit the backend VM, and this connection is going through the firewall. So app gateway, and this is the backend pool and the rules. This is just a default rule. I'm not using much. Just when it hits the listener, just send the traffic to the backend pool. That is it. So but the connection is going through this. When it hits the external firewall, it goes through the external app gateway. It goes to the firewall and the web server. So to confirm that, I should go to the firewall. So this is the firewall configured, and this is the IP address of the firewall, and I have two rules configured here. So this first rule is to allow, this rule is allowing from the external app gateway to the backend servers, and this is from internal app gateway to the backend servers. The port 80 should be enough. So to confirm the connection is going through the firewall, I have this logs from the firewall sent to the analytics workspace. So here is the diagram. I'm sending the logs to the analytic workspace. If I go to the analytic workspace, and if I go to logs, go to, so the log data, firewall data. So if I run, so it's going to give the data for last 24 hours. So you can see this is the current connection. This is going from the app gateway subnet to the backend pool. This is the connection actually. Also, I have the route from the app gateway. So you can see the from app gateway it is going. The next hop is a firewall. And you can see this route is associated with the app gateway. Similarly, I have an internal app gateway setup. It's going to the private IP. Yes, so it's hitting to the server. So here also configuration is very simple. I have front-end IP with two backend servers, and rule to forward the traffic to the backend server. That is it. And similarly, I have a load balancer setup. So if you go to here, I have external and internal load balancer setup. Same way, it works exactly almost the same way as the app gateways. I have this is the internal load balancer. So if I get it's going to the front server, and there is nothing much configuration. There's just the backend pools and the inbound load balancing rules that are configured here. The load balancing. So this is the external load balancer. Similarly, I have public IP configured here. We get it's going to the server 2. Maybe the next hit it will go to server 1. I will go. Yeah, it's going to server 1. Also, I have set up a traffic manager profile. If we go to application gateway, you can see the traffic manager. This is the traffic manager profile. Traffic manager profile. It's similar to a DNS load balancing. Here I have the DNS name, and here I have the backend targets, endpoints, and the configuration. I'm using a geography based load balancing here. So I should hit a server here, and to demonstrate this one, can go to it should give different IP address for the DNS request. 188, 188. Right now it's giving the same IP, but it should load balance it between these three endpoints. So similarly, we have a friend door setup. Friend door. It's a global load balancer kind of thing. So you can see I have a front end URL setup, and similarly there is a front end design, backend pools and the routing pools configured here. These are just default rules. The has backend servers configured with public IP. So if I hit that, you should be able to. Why it's not using HTTPS? Yeah, it's listening on HTTP. So it's going to server one, and I do have a web rule setup. Web. This is the web policy I have set up. So I use the default rules with a single custom rule where the web should block any requests that contains thread in the URI. So this web policy it's applied to the external load balancer. So external app gateway, not the load balancer. So if I go to the app gateway to demo this, yeah. So I'm able to get the backend server now. But if I add a URI thread, so the access is blocked. So that is the web configured. So I had shown a demo of site-to-site VPN, point-to-site VPN, VNet peering firewall, app gateway, load balancer, and front-end traffic manager, front door and traffic manager. Yeah, these are things I have set up in my lab so far for my AZ-700 lab study. So then I'm not able to set up a express route, and the next thing will be I'll be able to set up virtual WAN and the app service endpoint and private endpoints. The rest of the things I have set up, maybe I need to deep dive into the labs. I'll share the lab once I have a better lab for the study. Thank you.